insufficient.
You know, it's not insufficient. The volume of our intro song.
Yeah, but it's correct. That's the right volume.
So people listening to us driving in their car are like, oh, that's perfect.
Right. Yeah, because before you had it so quiet that you couldn't hear the coolness of the outro of that intro.
So you're saying I was a little thin?
Oh, super thin. Yeah.
I wonder,
shitty baby
if that's
diaper
what
thin.
was going on the first half of that summer tour we just had with Trey's guitar.
It could have been. So it's, tour's over. We're moving on. We're not even talking about it.
Get on with your... No, I'm not moving on. I got questions. I've got answers. I've talked to a bunch of people. We're going to talk to a bunch of people, hopefully this week or next week. We've got a couple of invites out. Recording schedules are hard, so it's not always easy to get people on. But I talked to this guy who I think his accounts across the board are Play Like Trey.
Yeah.
The dude spends, I think, most of his time just playing guitar like Trey. And compared to other people that do it, I think he's pretty good. He doesn't try to take on the persona. He just sounds like him. And so I said, hey, man, did you catch any shows? He said, yeah. And I said, did Trey sound thin? And he goes, well, I noticed he was using, I think he said one humbucker.
A humbucker. It's a pickup. It's a double coil pickup.
And so in doing so, toggling back and forth, he goes, I could understand why you think that sounded thin. And so in the end, I think it was just Trey adjusting the way he sounded. And it took him a while to kind of hone it back in because I didn't feel like he was thin, let's just say post-Colorado.
Right. I don't know.
So whatever.
Moving on from that, we've beaten that dead horse beyond belief. Why don't you have why don't you have that guy come on? I don't understand. You talk to people.
Yeah.
Why don't you ask him?
I'm like, hey, do you guys want to come on the number one Phish podcast in America?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I should.
Yeah,
I should.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we don't need you to ask the questions in silence to you and your boyfriend over there. We need you to do it on the podcast.
Call me Scoops Meekins. You know what I mean? I'm over here with a notepad asking questions, getting the inside scoop.
You gonna pass that Scooby snack?
Okay, so
we're back to our normal format.
Sort of. We don't have live Phish to talk about, which is a bummer.
That's fine.
But we do have other things to talk about. So we're back.
We're back.
By the way, everybody who's new, thank you. We got a couple of new reviews. Thank you for those.
I love it how on Apple Music under one of the I don't know if you saw it. It
says this is definitely not written by Nick.
That or it says either Nick's an idiot or a complete genius. Did you see that one?
I think that was my mom that wrote that. FYI. We do have a text number. And going forward, we're going to need some information and help from you guys. So the number is 802-276-1986. You can text us questions, comments. You can
get involved.
Rate Matt's mustache on a scale of 1 to 10.
This helps
Anybody
your community.
That comes in under a 7's a liar.
This helps your community.
It does.
It gives back.
Anyway, speaking of which, this is a message that I meant to get to when we were talking about shows on tour.
Okay.
One of our listeners has a brother in the 907 the 970 that owns a business right across from Folsom Field. And he was telling him that Phish set up on the 27th, which was when they were playing in Austin. So confirmed, there are at least 2 stages that the band uses, if not more.
Yeah, so he lied to you. They only have one. Yeah.
They wouldn't. Why would he lie to me?
I don't know. Because he knows who you are.
I think that probably there's only one Trey setup.
No, there probably is 2 stages or 2 lighting setups, sound setups. I don't know about their gear, though.
I think the gear is more personal, and it probably travels with each member.
Maybe not, though. Maybe not.
You think that maybe Trey's got 2 setups?
Yeah.
Page has 2 grand
Yep.
pianos.
Yep. Yeah, they have
Would
the money
Fishman
too. What are
have
you
2
talking about?
sets of drums?
Yep.
See, this is what we want to know.
Fishman's got tons of drums. He's got so many drum sets. What are you talking about? He's got loads.
Oh, Fishman's got loads.
He's got
But
loads that he.
you're a drummer. Do you
Yeah.
care what drums you're playing on?
As long as they're mine. As long as
So
they're
you
mine.
would
The worst is because you know your feel on your kits, right? With your cymbals and everything like that. It's like when you go and play, a show, that you're sharing the drum kit. It's called the house kit. With a lot of people, that shit sucks. That's the worst. That's the worst. So he probably, I mean, they probably do have multiple setups. I guess they would have to. They'd have to. It's just too much work.
Well,
It's not like the Grateful Dead's wall of sound back in the day, right? Where
was that bullshit, by the way?
What do you mean?
Was it just them like creating a buzz?
No, it was designed by a sound engineer, and they didn't have. Yeah, that thing's toast. It's not even on.
It's not on. Okay, keep going.
Which is you're gonna sound thin.
God damn it!
And if you try to connect it now, you're screwed.
I can't. We're into it. We're deep. So go back. So the sound engineer put together the dead wall of sound.
Yeah, I forget the guy's name, but basically they didn't have sound, speakers and technology to push sound the way that we do now with smaller speakers and things like that. So no, they did. That was legit. And not only that, but by the time the show was over, the sound crew had to knock it all down, get on the road, set it all back up for the next day. I mean, it was a real fucking problem.
Would you be a roadie?
No, because I want to be up there. I have no. Yeah, I want to. Yeah, I want people roadieing for me. I don't want to roadie for people. That sucks.
Would you have roadies? Like if somebody was like, "Matt, I'm going to take your drums in and out," are you cool with that?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I don't want to do that. You know how big of a pain that is. The biggest pain in the ass.
It has
grabbing
to be
your
a
gear.
massive pain in the ass.
Awful. It's huge. So having your own roadie is a big deal. But we're floundering. We are floundering. We have no direction.
We're not.
Here.
We're building something. I'm going towards something, which will lead me into the next question, right? Which
okay.
I think this should be the last question of the show, but it's not because I'm ready to do it now. Do you consider the concert of Phish and the music from that concert to be art, or is it something else?
Like whatever they're putting out?
Yeah, so like
I think
sometimes people criticize you and me when we're talking about a show that say didn't go well.
Right.
Like, I don't know.
We'll get into the details. What are you talking about? I'm like, listen to the full podcast.
And so some people are like, well, you weren't there, so you don't know. And I agree with that statement. But I also wasn't there with you and your 5 friends who had an amazing time before the show and probably after. So that 3-hour concert wasn't your whole evening. It was just part of it. Right. And
well, then I have sort of an issue with you weren't there, you don't know. Because here's the thing about you being there. The sound, number one, your body is moved by the vibration that's there, right? So you're reacting to that vibration and that energy in the crowd. We weren't there to feel that vibration and energy for some of these. Doesn't matter. We have ears. They record them. They're high quality recordings. We can hear that it's shit or it's good. So it's not like you don't have to be okay. I'm sure your experience was great. Awesome. Not taking that from you. Was the sound, was the actual jamming any good? And you get lost. It's very difficult at a live show to really hear clearly every little piece because there's all these reverberations on the walls, on the outside that you're getting that mess with that. So I think it would be fair to say that you don't know when you're going to the show. You think that it's amazing because your experience was amazing. But that doesn't mean what they played was really that amazing. It's just your experience at the show was amazing. So, and I can't say that somebody's experience wasn't good or bad. You would have to be there to know. But
With
I don't know.
rare exception, have I gone to a Phish show and left not thinking that was a great time? Regardless of how they played, the before, during, and after, particularly with good friends, is always a good time.
It's a great time. Yeah.
And we're not here to stop you from saying you had a good time. That's great.
But I know Lopor Yorgi will say, especially like with second sets at Manchester, like if I left, he'd be like, you weren't there, you can't say. It's just be like, yeah, but you were also not there mentally. You were in outer space, so you don't really know.
You are so mean to Lopboy.
I love it.
Like, look, that's amazing. Okay, good. So going back to the original question, though, is what Phish does art?
Sometimes. I would say sometimes. I would say those shows at SPAC were definitely artistic because they really put the time and energy into thinking about what they were playing. Very deliberate, especially the last show. When you're not deliberate in your actions, and I think this is where we get annoyed with them, is it doesn't feel like it's art. It feels like they're running through the motions. They feel like a shell of what they used to be. It has always been art because they've always expressed themselves in an artistic way. But when they're running through the motions, they're not. It's just pumping out crap. So I don't know. Sometimes and sometimes not.
So basically, you just described this show versus some of our other shows where we put a lot more thought into it.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So perfectly. I disagree with you, by the way, on SPAC. I think night 3 was Trey being a dickhead to the rest of the band.
And it was artistic. I don't care that. No, that was complete artistic. When you can sit there.
I think the look on each band member's face every time he started playing Reprise, probably to fuck with us, was shock. And
but that in itself is artistic.
I agree with that. And Fishman had enough. When in that split open and melt, when Trey goes back into Reprise,
I know he wanted to play the beat,
wraps it up.
So he also tried to pull the ripcord in Reba, so you could hear him do the fill, and Trey just kept going. Nobody stopped.
Great.
I think that was a little too much for Fishman to be like, oh, I'm taking this over. We're gonna end this bitch right here. Like he almost actually would have ruined the whole idea and concept and artistic nature of that show because he wanted to pull the ripcord on that fucking 13-minute or whatever the fuck it was.
That read, by the way, go back. If you're out there in Radio Land, listen to that. That's fast. This brings me. I had a segueing question on that, which is, this was it. So who's in charge?
Why are you holding that thing? It's not on.
Because I'm on camera.
It's
People
a prop.
Are watching. By the way, the numbers, the 12 dozen of you that watch us on YouTube is ridiculous. Thank you. But okay, so the reason I asked who's in charge of the band in multiple ways, but
it's
on
Trey.
stage, I feel like it's Trey. But off stage, I'm not sure that it is Trey.
No, I think it's probably all of them. I think that's probably a contractual thing. If anything, it's Trey and Fishman, then Mike, and then Paige. That's how the.
You think Paige has the least say in when they play shows or what songs they're playing?
Well, actually, he has a great deal of say because if he doesn't want to play the show, what the fuck are they going to do?
Well, right. And so, like, I kind of like the band dynamics is something that I've always loved about Phish.
The band has become so big that Trey can't be like, it's just my band. It's not.
He should, though. Right? It would be a better experience if Trey was mid-90s dickweed Trey and is like, hey, you fuckheads, get in line. Yes or no?
Yeah, but he's got to have the fucking juice behind that statement, and during this tour, we can clearly say that he didn't always have that juice. So I think
you can tell the shows when he did have that juice, though.
Yeah, definitely. Last show in SPAC, that
all
dude had
three
the
shows
juice.
In SPAC.
Yeah, he had the juice.
Okay, so the reason I bring it up is Trey last night or the night over the weekend played Bellwether in Los Angeles, right? And we've got a set list here. Nothing too interesting on here, except for
the amount of Phish songs that he plays.
Yes, and so Mike comes out after tour and says, "I'm not tired. Normally, I'm tired after a tour. Normally, we're tired, but I feel like we were hitting a
Normally,
groove."
I'm very tired after these shows, and now I'm not. Michael Gordon here.
By the way, Mike Gordon talks the absolute least on stage out of all of them.
He doesn't talk at all.
I can't think of any time when he said
Coventry.
Fishman. So Trey talks the most. Paige comes into. Fishman might come into, actually.
Fishman definitely
He's always
comes in.
yelling at Trey.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, so Trey plays Bellwether. Cool show. Neat kind of behind the scenes stuff Trey put online. Thanks, buddy. But one song that they played, which kind of pissed me off, was Megillah.
I know, because I've been waiting for Phish to play Megillah for so long. What is the excuse? What is the excuse from Phish to not play that song when he's playing with Tab?
Is Megillah the greatest Phish song ever played? No, it's not even a top like 50, right? It's kind of a whatever tune, but Trey played it with Tab that didn't write it. It says clearly here that it's a cover. So why hasn't he played it with Phish since 2003?
That's ridiculous.
Right. So somebody out there in the band, or the band as a whole, is deciding what they play. And I'm kind of against it. That's all I'm saying. I'm kind of against it.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Me?
Just in general.
God damn it.
It's interesting. Even live Phish app doesn't have the show from last night.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
What's up with that?
You got to really look for it.
And not even, so let's put it this way. Not even the net has the fucking set list up.
They're embarrassed.
Well, I think they're embarrassed because of all the Phish songs that he plays.
Okay, so Trey clearly wants to play Phish songs, and Trey wants to be on the road. Why are we getting, let's just call it 45 Phish shows a year and not, I mean, I'm not asking for 120.
Not at all. They can't do it.
But maybe I'm asking for 60.
It's a lot.
Is that too much?
It's a lot for 60-year-olds. Again,
are they playing music, or are they
Fishman has a lot of kids, and he's got some young ass kids, so he needs to be there to be present.
Fishman
as a
does
father.
have some young ass kids.
I mean, that's his choice, man. He chose to do that. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to be
he chose to do it.
If you want to be, well, he definitely did. He chose to have sex, dip it in the vagine, and then bust it.
I don't think Fishman chooses to. I think he has to.
You think she's requiring it from him?
No, I just think Fishman's just that he can't breathe. He's got to get laid.
And I think that Paige also enjoys his home time. I think that Mike and Trey are probably would rather be out on the road all the time. You know, I think Fishman and Paige are definitely leading that charge.
I agree.
Because if they weren't, then they would be playing in solo bands. They don't. They don't at all.
Well, Fishman, I don't consider Pork Tornado a real thing. Do you?
No, but oh my God, Fishman, if he wanted to, could sit in with whoever the fuck he wanted to.
Never sits in.
He doesn't sit in with anybody.
He doesn't go anywhere.
He doesn't go anywhere. He doesn't do anything. He probably practices the least out of the band members.
Okay, that was going to be my second to last question, which is, now that we're in the off season, right, even though it's only a month long, you think if you rated them in order of practicing Phish songs?
Oh, I don't think Fishman starts practicing till 2 months to a month before he goes out on tour. I really don't. And you can, if you are a musician, you can see when people practice. I mean, you can see, you know, he obviously was pretty good on this tour and then got better as the tour went on because he has to play all the time. But if he were to practice by himself consistently while they're not on tour, he would be a very different drummer. He you know, look at Danny Carey, the drummer from Tool. That motherfucker still takes drum lessons, and he is unbelievable. He is an unbelievable drummer. But the minute that you as a musician say, I'm as good as I can be, that's the minute that you start digressing as a musician. if you say I am never going to be as good as I can be, then you will always continue to push those boundaries. And I think that Mike and Paige have a lot of that mentality that I can always learn. I can always get better, all this stuff. And I think that Fishman and Trey are like, no, I'm good. I'm really good. I'm the top of my game. Like,
I'm going to agree with you here. I think Paige probably plays the most Phish songs
I think
by
he plays.
himself.
No, I think he plays a lot. Period. I just think he plays.
Oh, he's playing
have to
all
play
the time.
Phish songs. He can just play.
No, but I feel like he's playing specifically his parts in Phish songs because there's no moment. I mean, this tour is rare exception, but since they came back, I can rarely think of a time where it was time for Paige to have the spotlight on him during a song, and he wasn't there.
Very different. He doesn't have the spotlight on him very much in general.
I think he does.
No, what you mean just while he's jamming or during set parts?
Set parts, jams.
I would
think of Poor Heart. Who's the master of Poor Heart? Trey stopped soloing in Poor Heart because how are you going to follow Paige, who just like fucking shit on everybody?
I don't know, but it really seems like a mentality thing where Trey plays a lot. I mean, he's playing a lot.
I think he plays the most.
But his playing outside of when he's not on stage is not focused. If it was, he'd be very different.
I think he's writing new songs. By the way, 0 debuts so far.
We have talked about that one endlessly.
I'm going to continuously bring it up until I get a goddamn new song. Could be a cover. I don't care what it is. Give me a goddamn debut. Okay, before we go, new segment. It's called the Phish 4x4. And this is what we need our audience's help with. 802-276-1986. Text it in. This is where there's exactly 4 of these, and there's exactly 4 band members. So the example I'm using is cardinal direction. North, south, east, and west. And then Matt and I, even though we know who they are, and it could be something as abstract as direction, we will decide for you definitively which band member is which. So, Matt, North.
Trey.
that was
I really had to think about that.
Most amount of thought I've seen in an answer in a long time. I'm going to agree with you, right? Trey generally on stage is the one leading the band
the North
in
Star.
the directions.
Yep.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so then let's go with West.
Fishman.
I'm going to go Paige.
Pioneer.
West is the best. You know what I'm saying?
Pioneer.
Fish. Okay. South.
Mike.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Michael Gordon.
Yeah.
I don't know why. He seems like he would fit in the South.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so then East for me would be.
Though he would stand out like a large nose. Oh, excuse me.
He's mad. I'm Nick. Jesus Christ. We're insufficiency.
I like the Nantucket shirt. I forgot to say.
I like this shirt.
It's good.
I don't usually buy T-shirts unless I'm in.
No, it's a nice shirt.
Yeah.
I dig it. It's very 80s.
Yes.
Is that why you picked it up?
I don't know why I bought it.
It's good to see Fishman with.
You got a picture on? Is that what's
from this tour? From this tour.
This tour?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
It's good.